Hello and welcome to Doing More. I'm Erica Cardenas. As students head back to the classroom for a new school year, parents and educators want to make sure that each child has the proper essentials needed to make it a successful year. From clean clothes, shoes that fit, and a backpack stocked with school supplies, those are the main essentials needed when it comes to preparing for a successful school year. It builds self-esteem, self-confidence, and ultimately confident, strong students ready to learn, achieve, and advance. A student's self-esteem has a significant impact on almost everything they do. For example, the way they engage in activities, deal with challenges, and interact with others. And one organization that knows very well about breaking down the barriers to early childhood success is the Back to School Clothing Drive. Take a look.
Today is our 10th year anniversary being here at Grand Canyon University, serving over 3,000 students, helping them get ready to go back to school. We know that going to school is a major expense for families. In most cases, it costs about $450 per child. So when you have 3 or 4 children, it's a lot of money to go back to school. So our effort is to help break down those financial barriers to early childhood school success. And so our effort here provides school uniforms and school supplies, backpacks, and sneakers and other essentials to help our families and students go back to school. We work with our schools to identify the students who need this support the most. And the school counselors and parent-teacher coordinators are the ones that actually select the students. Everything the students get, all $450 worth of clothing and uniforms, is all brand new. And that is only made possible with the generous support of corporations, foundations, and individual contributions throughout the year. Once all the students are pre-registered, they come in a specific time by their school district. The school district buses them in. They come right in the front door. Remember, this is Grand Canyon University. A lot of these students have never been on a university campus, and that is extraordinarily important to us. And I can't stress enough how generous Grand Canyon University has been with us, free of charge, to help us support this community. Eyes light up and they walk right in the front door, and they come up and they get registered. Once they're registered, they get paired up with a personal shopper, and you see them all walking around the scene behind us. They're with a personal shopper. They're walking around and getting all their items that they need. They're filling out that big Cox Communications bag. It's amazing. They can't believe this is all for them and for free. Our vision and our mission is to help break down barriers to early childhood school success. That's important because we want all students in Maricopa County and throughout Arizona to concentrate on learning. You can't concentrate on learning when you feel like you don't have the same thing as every other child. And that's the premise of what we do. We want to level the playing field for all the students in Maricopa County so that they can go to school and learn. It's a lot easier to learn when you go to school feeling confident in what you're wearing and confident in how you look, and not having to worry about all those other issues of what you're wearing and the kind of clothes and the backpacks that you have. So that's the premise of what we do here.
The Back to School Clothing Drive's mission is to provide new school outfits and uniforms, backpacks, and school supplies to children in need. Their goal is to help break down barriers so every child can receive early childhood school and education success. For more information, head over to backtoschoolclothingdrive.com. We'll be back with more on Doing More right after this. Welcome back to Doing More. We're here at the Back to School Clothing Drive where excited kids are getting ready for the new school year. At the Back to School Clothing Drive, every child can feel confident and great of the approaching new school year, even if their families can't provide the essential items. Each year, the Back to School Clothing Drive serves Arizona's high-needs students, and the annual clothing distribution event gives thousands of students from Title I schools, military families, and foster care and transitional housing organizations new clothes, shoes, undergarments, backpacks, school supplies, and personal care packs. And speaking of school supplies, check out the Las Vegas Back to School Fair sponsored by Cox Communications.
So we've been involved with these back to school fairs for a long time.
And we wouldn't be able to get out in the community and see all the amazing folks that we're working with if it wasn't for events like this.
We need to get information out to parents so that they're prepared for their children to come to school all ready to go.
Kids are going back to school. We want to make sure that they're fully protected from vaccine preventable diseases. So by partnering with Cox and having these clinics being able to set up at the Cox Back to School Fair, we are providing these services to people and parents to get their child vaccinated.
This is just a fantastic opportunities for families to come out and be exposed to a lot of various nonprofits and youth-related organizations all in one spot.
So there's a lot of different departments from the Clark County School District here today. We have Title I Hope that provides information if they're displaced or homeless. If there's anybody looking for a job, we have our HR department here. We need teachers, support staff, bus drivers, all kinds of positions. We also have our family engagement, so if they need help with engaging with their kids, activities.
We are a literacy nonprofit. We are in 65 schools, and pretty much we're just trying to get books in kids' hands and make sure that they're reading at home.
People aren't always aware of how many opportunities that are available through Girl Scouts and how affordable it is compared to a lot of other youth activities that are offered.
Our flagship program, it's called Kids to Kids. We give books to every child in each one of our schools every month throughout the school year. The best part is that when kids are in kindergarten and they get a backpack with 2 new books and they get to take 3 additional books home, so that regardless of where they go, they're always going to have their backpack with their books at home.
We're able to have more impact, more reach, meet and have great conversations with more people than we would if we were just holding a Girl Scout only recruitment event.
For any parents who may not know what vaccines their child might need, they can look up their child's immunization records on Nevada WebIZ. It's a public access portal to look up immunization records, and it'll tell you exactly what vaccines your child will need for the upcoming school year or what's recommended by the ACIP and CDC.
We are getting a really good response, actually. We got a great response at Meadows last week. We've gotten a good response here so far, and it's just so fun to see everybody and talk to people about our programs, give out books. It's really awesome.
This is an excellent opportunity for us to be out in the community and just let everyone know of the amazing opportunities that are available to their girls just for being here in Southern Nevada.
So we want to really encourage our parents and guardians to get their children vaccinated now, and we really appreciate Cox's partnership to be able to host us to have this type of thing at their events.
It's so amazing that Cox is doing an event like this, and then I'm excited how many kids want to take books home. It makes me so happy.
New shoes are among one of the many items being provided to students here at the Back to School Clothing Drive. And as I try on my pair, let's check out how Pep Tech High School is providing quality education to students to obtain employment or continue their post-secondary education.
Buses actually came from a Seminole school district down in Florida, and I bought it for $19,000. It was named La Tortuga, which means a tortoise, and we would drive the bus down to Sarita. The farm workers coming out of the fields, they would come on board, and we would provide educational classes, everything from literacy to GED, learning how to drive, all the practical things that the students needed to have to actually survive. This is why we continue that theme today. We take the education to the person's mind. Just like we engage the farm workers on the bus, we have the same philosophy of engaging the students in education and understanding that education does create opportunities and what they're learning is meaningful and it is something that will take them in their career path. Pep Tech is providing an accredited diploma by the Arizona State Department of Education, just like any other public school in the area, and our education services are free because we are public. We have everybody from migrant seasonal farm workers to refugees, mainstream students, and because of the diversity, I think there's a lot that we can learn from each other. We have a number of campuses. We have one in Sierra Vista, the Colin Powell High School, in Douglas, the Raul H. Castro, Casa Grande, the Alice Paul, Somerton, the Jose Yepes, a famous farm worker leader, and of course Cesar Chavez, is the one we have in San Luis. We have a great relationship with the school districts and all the communities we operate. They see our need. We get many of our referrals come from the other public schools in the area. It doesn't matter who gets the credit, as long as these kids graduate and go on to college. When I graduated from Pueblo, there was no money. My dad was retired, but the lady from a church stepped up and said, you can go to college, I'll pay for it. So that's what's motivated me. We need to give these kids an opportunity to go on and succeed. Without a scholarship, a lot of the dreams that these graduates have are dead end because there's no way of going forward. This is what we want to do through our scholarship program. After all, they are our future. And the better we prepare them, the better off the world will be. I think it's very important to go to our website and they can reach out to our organization and even come to our school, make an appointment. They can meet with the staff there, even have a tour when it's able to be arranged. And we're really glad this is not our school. This belongs to the community that taxpayers pay for it. It's their school. We want them to know that we're there and they were engaged, and we want to make a success out of our students.
Pep Tech High School students don't always have the opportunity to participate in a variety of extracurricular activities. Your donation will help provide extracurricular activities to their students. It's easy, it's fast, and everybody wins. Contribute today by visiting their website at ppeptex.org. What a great way of doing more. Don't go away, we'll be right back. Welcome back to Doing More. We're here at Stitches of Love here at the Back to School Clothing Drive, where a majority of clothing is handmade and stitched with love for students to take home as they prepare for the back to school season. Did you know you can continue to help support Back to School Clothing Drive just by doing your regular shopping through Amazon Smiles? It's no extra cost to you. Every purchase adds up, so make a generous donation to the Back to School Clothing Drive through Amazon Smiles today. We had a chance to visit the annual Isaac Back to School Health Fair, where backpacks and school supplies were given away and health screenings were offered at no cost. Take a look.
Today's back to school event is called United Healthcare Community Plan / Isaac Back to School Health Fair. And the purpose of the event is to prepare children to return back to school, make sure they're getting their required health checks, their required immunizations, and just some basic resources in order for them to obtain when they are back at school. United Healthcare has been doing this event for 16 years. This is our 16th annual event. We've been doing it with the community of Isaac for 16 years, but with the Isaac district, we've been here 8 years. This year, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit smaller than in past years, so I'm sure a lot of parents are a little bit kind of used to or accustomed to something larger, but nonetheless, we're providing the basic core screenings that we do have that will provide them with the start of the school year.
Isaac School District is a great community. Our family members rely on us and we rely on them as well to make sure that they have the appropriate resources. We definitely do whatever we can to provide these types of events for them on a frequent basis. It's really important because we're definitely providing them the access here in the community. They don't have to look anywhere else. They don't have to make appointments. But most importantly, it provides them with the access and opportunity here. We provide the time and space for them.
We are providing various screenings today. So we have Brighter Way Dental doing oral health checks. We have Brookline College doing some basic glucose, BMI screenings, as well as some iron checks. We have the Phoenix Fire Department doing their baby shots program here as well. They will be providing all the immunizations needed to get back to school for a lot of these kids. Anyone is invited to this event. You know, it's for the community. It's for not necessarily primarily for the Isaac district, but it's for the entire community. We truly appreciate the partnerships that we have here in the community.
During the pandemic, we relied on Cox specifically to support with our hotspots and to provide that access to our family members.
We're here on site to bridge the gap that there is in this community because students are getting assigned homework in the education world and they don't have that internet connection at home. So we're coming in with the assistance of the government to provide that gap that's fulfilling that assistance, for these communities. Cox truly believes that every child should have the opportunity to have internet access at home. No child should be in a home without internet connection, because if they get assigned homework, they're not able to fulfill such duties and the responsibilities they're getting assigned at school.
Pencils, scissors, and also the backpack. The idea is to get them started, get them going, and hopefully that'll kind of take them through at least, a little while in their school year. It takes at least 50 to 70 volunteers to put just what we have going today. A lot of the parent liaisons here come on out to help, so it takes a village.
With the information they received, all the great resources, my hope is that they feel empowered and ready to go.
Teaching during a worldwide pandemic has been challenging, but it's also put a spotlight on the resiliency, creativity, and talent of San Diego County teachers. Take a look.
Being recognized as one of the San Diego County Teachers of the Year, for me, was very validating, because it reassured me that the hard work and the effort that I put in, not only at school but also at home, is worth the effort.
I am just blessed by the experience and the opportunity to meet incredible people, not only the winners, but also everyone I've met along the way.
It feels so awesome. I think often as educators, we don't like to brag, so to speak. We're quite humble, but I really enjoy using this platform to encourage other educators to really shout out that we work hard, we are deserving. It sometimes can feel thankless, and this is just a great opportunity and honor to feel thanked.
It was an amazing experience being selected as one of the County Teachers of the Year. It was an absolute honor to even reach my district level, and then to go to the county, and then to be considered among these other candidates was a phenomenal experience, and getting to see what other teachers do and how they hone their craft, and the quality and the extent to which they're willing to go to help their students was just a phenomenal experience from start to finish.
It's still overwhelming being Teacher of the Year and going through this process. I feel that I'm just really a plain teacher that's representing maybe other teachers in my district and at the county and now state level in this process.
Just the opportunity to think back on all those years and create a resume of successes as well as failures in my teaching career. It was a really growing process for me.
I had a really great teaching experience when I was in elementary school, and so I want to give other students that same opportunity. I want school to be fun for kids. I want them to remember their teachers and to just thrive in school so that the future is bright for them.
I became a teacher because I have a love for learning, and I just enjoy life in general, and I wanted to bring that joy into a classroom, into students, and just future people who are going to impact the community that we all live in.
I became a teacher because I had remarkable teachers in my life growing up. I had a pretty rough childhood, and teachers were really that place of stability and comfort that I needed growing up. I knew from a very early age that I wanted to be that same person that others were for me.
I hope that I inspire them, and I hope I give them, a sense of, I'm here for them. And this represents, I think, what they've done for me and what all teachers do for their students. So that's important.
Don't go away, we'll be right back. Welcome back to Doing More. We're here at the Back to School Clothing Drive, where children are being provided with school essentials for a successful year. We headed over to El Cajon, California, where Home of Guiding Hands focuses on the special needs of the community. Take a look.
Home of Guiding Hands helps San Diego community in that we're a resource for families. A lot of times when families first identify that their child, their loved one, might have an intellectual or developmental disabilities, they don't know where to go. They don't know what to do. And we're here to help guide people through that process, to show them what a thriving life their loved one can have. It's a passion I share, having a daughter with a disability.
I really love the place that I live at. Because of Home of Guiding Hands, I was able to move out of my parents' house and into a beautiful home that I love living in. And so like if you have an independent living service coordinator, they will help you like learn more about being independent, and they help guide you through different things. They've helped me with lots of encouragement and love. They've also given me an ILS worker who is an amazing person, and I love her so much. She's great. I could tell you the first, I think, week or so, I wasn't feeling very confident in myself. The first couple of nights I was like, oh, this is scary. But I look back on it now and I'm like, this is so easy. Like, why was I scared and nervous about it?
So HGH is celebrating 55 years this year. What a remarkable milestone for what started off as just how can we make this better. This group got together and said, instead of putting people in institutes, there has to be a better way. And they created what we commonly call the campus. And it was a central location for people to live and really thrive. And that lasted for a number of years. So Randy Jones has been involved with Home of Guiding Hands for 20 plus years now. About 12 years ago, he started the Run, Walk, and Roll for Independence event that he helped sponsor.
Randy Jones and I got to throw the first hitch, and he helped me and he gave me some pointers. There were like crowds of people, and I didn't realize how many people were there until I got out there, like onto the field. I was like, there's a lot of people. And Randy Jones is such a nice guy, and he came over to me, he's like, hey kid, how are you feeling? And I was like, I'm nervous. He's like, deep breaths, it's okay.
Once you meet my daughter, you'll know she falls in love with everybody the moment she meets them. So they're best friends now. What I want people to know, or their takeaway from HGH, is we still have a long way to go for people to be accepted, people with intellectual and developmental disabilities, into the communities. So I encourage people to see their strengths and not just what we call their disabilities.
I want to thank the Back to School Clothing Drive for allowing us to experience this amazing spirit of giving today as kids get ready to head back to school. As the new school year approaches, you want to make sure your child has everything he or she needs to have a successful school year. A positive perspective can help your child take on the opportunities ahead of them. And with new clean clothes, shoes, and a backpack stocked with school supplies, you're preparing the child to break down barriers to early childhood school success. And to the kids, happy new school year. Have fun learning, make lots of friends, and always remember how special you are. I'm Erica Cardenas. Thanks for joining me at Back to School Clothing Drive.